Thank you very much. So let me begin by painting a picture of a world where hundreds of thousands or potentially millions of small businesses take their entire financial picture and pool that data into a single space. So imagine what that could do for you as an FI in terms of customer acquisition, when you could target your product to very, very specific points matching up with spending or financial vehicles that a small business owner might have. Imagine the business intelligence you could get from this data. Imagine on the business owner's perspective, the benchmarking that they could do comparing themselves to other comparable businesses, or the group buying potentials that become available when you've got that number of like-minded businesses acting together. And then imagine this as an ecosystem for payments and transactions as well. That is what we're doing with Wave. It all starts with a simple accounting application. Wave is a free online accounting application. Our sweet spot is 9 employees or less. We're entirely online. What we do is we start with transaction data that we get from multiple sources, and we import that into the system, and then we apply smart technology to take away all the stumbling blocks that stop small businesses from doing their accounting in the first place. And the result that we give the business owner is a unified, simple look at their financial situation and what they need to do next to stay on top of their money. With the smallest of small businesses, as you know, the line between personal finance and business finance starts to disappear, so we address that reality by letting small business owners deal with their personal finance inside of Wave as well as their business finance. So that gives us a touch point into the personal side of money. As well, I'm happy to announce here for the very first time, you're the first people to hear it, we are branching into the payroll space. We will be launching Wave Payroll as a separate but complementary application very, very shortly. Wave is 100% free, as I mentioned. This is not a free trial. This is not a free limited version, a freemium product. It is completely free all the time for our small business customers. And what that does is that allows us to scale. So we start with the data that one business has in its shoebox and all the other shoeboxes around the world from all the other businesses around the world, and we put all of that into the cloud, and that allows us to look at this aggregate picture of small business finances in a way that really hasn't been done properly so far. That scale is what allows us to monetize our product. Our primary immediate revenue stream is getting a fee for these customer acquisitions when people sign up for credit cards, for example. Also monetizing the business intelligence that our system is going to be able to provide, the ancillary products like payroll that I mentioned, also tax preparation down the road. And when we get into the payment space, some sort of fee on those transactions as well. The market here is huge. In North America, the census figures tell us that 9 employees or less, there are 29 million businesses in North America alone. Harder to nail that number down globally, but we're looking easily at 100 million globally. And the really interesting thing about this market is that 60% of them are not currently served by existing software. This is a massively unaddressed market. And as you know, a very hard market to actually reach when you're trying to sell them products. How are we doing so far? Well, we launched about 10 months ago. We already passed 60,000 small business signups. It took us 168 days to go from 0 to 10,000 customers. It took us 17 days to go from 50,000 to 60,000 customers, so we really like the direction that that's trending. We're projecting 175,000 by the end of the year, 850,000 by end of next year. Our estimated revenue per customer is about $38. Are we the team that's actually going to get this done? We think so. We've got senior level experience in digital media in our CEO, Kirk. We've got senior accounting technology experience from our CTO, James, from FCB. We've got accounting expertise from Sage, business development expertise from Deloitte, so we think we are well positioned to take advantage of this opportunity. 3 things that I'd like to present to you as asks. Number 1, we would love to find any way to tap into your small business customer base and present them with Wave, help them be more successful businesses, perhaps help you do better business with them. Second, we'd love to start your road of customer acquisition by using our database. Happy to discuss those options. And we're looking to meet with anybody at the conference who's involved in innovative payment solutions, online or mobile, that we can use to facilitate transactions in the application. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Last round of questions.
Just a quick one. Have you got any plans for the UK?
We are in 194 countries already. Number 1 is US, number 2 Canada, number 3 India, followed by UK and Australia. in terms of customer adoption. The product itself is completely customizable for sales taxes and for currency. And since we don't actually do the tax prep yet, that's where the real problematic customization happens. We'll address that down the road. But right now, the core accounting application can be used just about everywhere. Great.
Go ahead.
What about data privacy?
We
You're talking
never
about taking customer data and selling it and monetizing it.
Thank you, yes. We never give away or sell any individual's information. The only thing that we would ever share with a supplier of a product or service who wants to use our system is a number like, we have 10,000 customers who fit these parameters. The individual business owner's identity, the very existence, the fact that they use our product is never revealed by us at any point. The only point that they become an individual is when they choose to initiate a transaction with one of our partners. Did that answer that? Or?
So how am I going to tap into your customer base?
You're not going to do it one-on-one. You're going to come to me and say, I want customers who meet this profile, and we'll tell you, okay, we've got 17,000 in the geography that you're interested in, or however the numbers turn out, and we feed your offer in our system, like when the customer is in doing their accounting or bookkeeping, they see the offers that you have made available to them. So you feed the offers this way, but you don't get any information from the individual until they make themselves known to you.
You mentioned at the beginning of the presentation that the product is designed for sub-10 employee companies. As they grow, how big can the company be before it stops being practical to use your product?
Frankly, I can envision companies a whole lot larger than 9 employees using this. The reason that that's our sweet spot is we're targeting the small business owner who is still very hands-on in the sort of day-to-day management of the financial situation. They don't have a full-time CFO or an accountant on staff who looks after that sort of thing. So that's our customer acquisition point. When it comes to a business that requires things like inventory management, that's something we don't provide. So that's a potential place where we might lose some customers, and we know that. We can either look at building that in the future or integrating with other tools in the future for that sort of thing. In terms of revenue, even number of employees, anything like that, there frankly isn't really a tangible point at which this doesn't become feasible. It's really, that's our focus for customer acquisition.
Okay, time for one more. Okay, well then we will say thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
Thank you.